Um, I'm gonna record this because
Yeah.
I was responding to a text, man. Get on my ass.
Oh, I'm so
I
sorry.
will. Shut up. I will kiss you.
That's like a soul.
So this is a AI generated story, but let's go
Hey.
ahead. Do you want
I
me to put this?
generated?
To Intuitive Uncles Falling to the Beat. A short story. By Ricardo. Bako Teldeko looked at the cursed camera in his hands and felt cross. He walked over to the window and reflected on his backward surroundings. He had always loved beautiful Australia with its relieved, rainy RV. It was a place that encouraged his tendency to feel cross. Then he saw something in the distance, or rather someone. It was the figure of Gui Wanderer. Gui was a tight-fisted
no.
artist with wobbly and wide. Bako gulped. He glanced at his own reflection. He was a violent, sinister, sprinkled with sloppy and fluffy. His friends
fuck?
saw him as a yellow YouTuber. Once, he had even helped a nice blind infant cross the road.
Shit, did you fucking...
As Bako stepped outside and Gui came closer, he could see the leaking glint in his eye. I'm here because I want views, Gui bellowed, in an incredible tone. He slammed his fist against Bako's chest with the force of 2027 snakes. I frigging hate you, Bako Teldeko. Bako looked back, even more puzzled, and still fingering the cursed camera. Gui, I want to defenestrate you, he replied. They looked at each other with angry feelings, like two glorious, greater giraffes talking at a very special 1 million subscribers, which had alternative music playing in the background, and to Intuitive Uncles falling to the beat. Bako regarded Gui's wobbly and wide. He held out his hand. Let's not fight, he whispered, gently. HMPH, pondered Gui. Please, begged Bako with puppy dog eyes. Gui looked confident, his body blushing like a mashed motionless microphone. Then Gui came inside.
Wait.
Then Gui came inside for a nice drink of piss. The end.
So
What the fuck was this?
this was an AI. Yeah. This. Let me get this straight. Your character in the story came to me and beat me in the chest with the force of 2027 snakes. I freaking hate you, Bako Teldeko. But then I say I want to defenestrate you, and then in return I also say I don't want to fight. Let's not fight.
Sounds like you being fucking hypocritical to me.
A short story. By J.D. Salinger. Bruce Willis was thinking about Winona Ryder again. Winona was a stable muffin with pretty cock and greasy balls. Bruce walked over to the window and reflected on his filth surroundings. He had always hated moist Fort Lauderdale with its small, shaky sex shop. It was a place that encouraged his tendency to feel horny. Then he saw something in the distance, or
I mean, that's the purpose of them, so yeah, it's doing its job.
Then he saw something in the distance, or rather someone. It was the unstable figure of Winona Ryder. Bruce gulped. He glanced at his own reflection. He was a lovable, clumsy, barbless drinker with solid cock and sloppy balls. His friends saw him as a bald, better bald. Once, he had even revived the dying Matt Watson, but not even a
I love the pause. I love the pause. Just
Matt Watson.
Once, he had even revived the dying Matt Watson. As Bruce stepped outside and Winona came closer, he could see the clear glint in her eye. I'm here because I want blood, Winona bellowed, in a hopeful tone. She slammed her fist against Bruce's chest with the force of 4960 bullet hand. I fucking hate you, Bruce Willis. Bruce looked back, even more miffed, and still fingering the fucking PlayStation 5. Winona, fuck you, he replied. They looked at each other with sad feelings. like two bulbous, blue-eyed bison slicing at a very gentle bar mitzvah, which had just music playing in the background, and two coming uncles rapping to the beat. Suddenly, Winona lunged forward and tried to punch Bruce in the face. Quickly, Bruce grabbed the fucking PlayStation 5 and brought it down on Winona's skull. Winona's pretty cock trembled and her greasy balls wobbled. She looked confused, her body rolled like a crooked, cool coffee enema device. Then she let out an agonizing groan and collapsed onto the ground. Moments later, Winona Ryder was dead. Bruce Willis went back inside and made himself a nice drink of Baja Blast. The end.
The end.
What do you think of man finding having tea party with hummingbird again? What? It's forbidden to dislike it? Was this website made in China?